Do I want to see the sequel to A Christmas Story starring Peter Billingsley as a grown-up version of himself? Maybe it's set in the 60s.
Chris, without checking your phone, can you name all of the Christmas films you can think of?
Oh, wow. Well, there's a lot. There's so many that I love. It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, Bad Santa. God, I don't know if you consider The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie per se, but I always associate that with Christmas, along with the Peanuts Christmas special. I mean, oh God, there's a bunch. Those are just like off the top of my head, my personal favorites, the ones that I make sure to watch every year. And then there's ones that people would argue aren't necessarily Christmas movies, like Die Hard, but I would put that in that category just because I love the whole, I think it's become an ugly Christmas sweater that says, ho, 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 now I have a gun. I've seen people wear that costume.
So you would consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
For me, it is. For me, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yeah.
What needs to happen in a Christmas film? Does Christmas need to be saved?
Yeah, I wonder if you could even make an earnest Christmas movie now that isn't relegated to the Hallmark Channel. And by that, I mean a wide release Christmas movie that goes to theaters that would appeal to people who don't care about Christmas. It's just a heartwarming movie that takes place over the holidays. I mean, I think that the thing that needs to happen in any Christmas movie, one, it's got to take place during Christmas, which Batman Returns by Tim Burton does. It takes place during Christmas. It also, somehow the message of Christmas has to be in there, woven in some way, a realization, a love of your fellow man. And I think that has to be a big part of it, and lessons have to be learned, right? I think that's part of Christmas is this, for me, there's a feeling that exists around Christmas that is palpable. And it usually starts around, Christmas Eve night that you could just feel, and Christmas is the next day. And it's sort of it's sort of a reconfirmation of your relationships of people close to you in your family or your significant other, and a way to reach out to family and friends and, say, hey, I care about you. So that has to be a big part of it, even if it's woven in the most simple way. Yes, I know that It's a Wonderful Life it's dated, but I feel like what's sad to me is that certain people would think that the message of It's a Wonderful Life is dated. That is where I have concerns, because I feel that, and in particular, this comes with acts of heroism, whether it is in an actual superhero movie or acts of self-sacrifice or acts of kindness towards a fellow human for no reason whatsoever other than to do that. And I feel like that as a value has been lost. And I notice it in modern films and television. I feel like that kindness towards your fellow person, human, American, neighbor, it's not as present as it used to be, unfortunately. Although I will say, if you spent some time on social media and you get up and walk outside your house, and normally that feeling isn't present, but Christmas is first of all, I love those Christmas movies, but the Peanuts Christmas special would never be made today, specifically because of the quotes from the Bible. And there was even controversy at the time about, like, is this going to be a religious special? And it was, and now it's something that has survived till today, but I think it'd be incredibly difficult outside of a small release, religious, film showing at churches and whatnot, or something for the Hallmark Channel. You wouldn't see those kinds of religious ideals, even if it was simply the ideas without the Bible verses. I don't think you would see that. And it's, it's another fracturing of our audience, right? Like there's a huge audience that would love to see a movie about Christmas, even if it's only peripherally about Christmas, right? But I think it is those values, those rituals they're eroding, and they're not as popular on a mass scale as they used to be. I'm just saying what I have observed. But try to get a Christmas special with religious themes that doesn't, on a mainstream level, it'll never happen. Something made by a major corporation is not going to do it. It's going to be relegated to a, what they call a vertical, which is a small audience. So there you are.
When would you typically play a Christmas movie?
Well, Christmas is my second favorite holiday.
What's your
I'm going
first?
to be honest with you. My favorite holiday is Halloween. The decorations go up in late September. It's a month-long celebration. It's horror movies for the entire month. And so I love Halloween. Christmas, I sort of like, once I'm into the turkey around Thanksgiving, then the Christmas movies go into rotation, and then it's like the ones that like, which actually still has some heartfelt messages. Bad Santa, you would not think this, and you will never look at a pickle the same way. But Bad Santa kind of is also one of my Christmas holiday favorites.
If you were to write a Christmas film, would you be the protagonist? Would you see yourself in the protagonist?
Well, if I wrote a Christmas movie, I would not be the protagonist of that movie. I would, but I'd like to see if Hollywood could make a new Christmas movie. To me, one of my all-time favorites is A Christmas Story. Now, could you make that movie today? Could you make a movie where a kid, little Ralphie, just wants a gun for Christmas? Today's climate, it's a little different. I would love to see, and I've heard rumors that Peter Billingsley is going to do an update of A Christmas Story. I'd love to see a sequel to that movie with his character all grown up. Maybe he wants a different type of gun for Christmas. Who knows? But that movie is not just about Christmas. It's also a reflection of this bygone era. And I just wonder if Hollywood is capable of making a movie about Christmas. I feel, and this is not so much a reflection of the industry, I think audiences would want it. I think that there's so much cynicism in the entertainment world, and Christmas is about loving your neighbor and unity, that I wonder if Hollywood is even capable of making that type of film. I really wonder that. So look, do I want to see the sequel to A Christmas Story starring Peter Billingsley as a grown-up version of himself? Maybe it's set in the 60s. I would love to see that. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Is it going to happen to a satisfying degree? We'll see.
Maybe he wants a glue gun. Maybe he's a crafter.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
But not
I own
everybody.
several glue guns myself.
Oh, good. Okay, so someone who makes props and sets and things.
Who knows?
But not everybody celebrates Christmas.
That's true.
So it does alienate many people who
Right.
have different, whatever, and in whatever it might just be non-religious, and maybe
True.
they don't believe in consumerism and things like that. There could be a whole
Right.
anti-corporate angle to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Black Friday.
yeah, I mean, there have been movies that have explored the over commercialization of Christmas. That's fine. I think that's part of it. I think that's a valid critique of the holiday. And having said that, I love the decorations. I love the excuse to get together with friends and family. I love the idea of we're going to take stock and inventory of the last year and commit to being, say, a better person in the new year. Maybe there have been lessons learned. And It's that holiday period where we can kind of take a step back and assess, what have we accomplished? What are we capable of doing? How can we do better? And how can we contribute to a better world? I think that idea, that message defies the holiday. Forget the holiday, forget the commercialization. That idea of self-reflection, that I think is just important for anybody, no matter whether you celebrate the holiday or like it or hate it, doesn't matter. That idea is something I think that we need to do on an annual basis.